Hey, I'm Ben Marshall, and in this video I'm going to discuss 5 things that I don't like about the Festool trimming attachments, otherwise known as the Festool Kapex extension wings. In my last video, which you can see here, I talked about the 5 things that I do like about them. So if you're considering purchasing them, after you watch this video, make sure you check out that other video so you can make a better informed decision. I'd like to point out that before I really get into the reasons that I don't like about them, understand that these reasons are so incredibly small and the benefits of having them outweigh the drawbacks significantly. And I cannot recommend purchasing the Kapex trimming attachments enough. I absolutely love them. However, for the sake of being objective, I felt that it was important to highlight some of the things that I don't like about them. I would say that the number one thing that I don't like about the trimming attachments is the cost. Right now, they cost $630 if you order them directly brand new. That is such a high amount. There are other options that are out there that will give you some of the same capabilities for less money. However, I don't think that there's any solutions out there that are as mobile as the trimming attachments. You can literally take them anyway. There are no other options right now that I'm aware of that you can use directly for the Festool Kapex that allow you to transport the trimming attachments with the saw itself. If you get the complete set where everything folds into the UG stand for the Kapex. There's no other tools out there right now that do that. And so for the amount of money that you're paying, again, the benefits, in my opinion, outweigh the cost of the item, because you can set it up in your shop, or you can set it up on a job site, or you can set it up anywhere. It's completely mobile. It comes with a carrying case. You can bring it with you everywhere. And just for that fact alone, for me, that's what offsets the cost with the other options that are available. Just because you can have it in your shop, you can have it in your work truck, you can have it on a job site, you can bring them anywhere, whereas the less expensive options, again, depending on what your situation is. You know, like I'm in Jason Bent's shop this weekend. You can see behind me his miter station. If you're like him, where you have a built-in miter station, you don't need it to be mobile, I can see how the cost would offset you, and it probably wouldn't be worth your time or money to have the Kapex trimming attachments. However, in my shop, I use the extensions or the trimming attachments on not only the Kapex, I use it on my MFT3, I use it on my CMS router table, I use it on my MFT Conturo table. I use it in so many different table platforms in my shop that, again, the cost was not that big of a deal for me, but it could be for you. The second thing that I don't really like about the trimming attachments for the Kapex is the extruded aluminum ends. They're easy to bump into other hard objects. Like my shop is in my basement, so I have cylinder block walls. If I am not paying attention when I'm moving them around and I hit them up against that concrete wall, it's gonna bend that extruded aluminum, and it's already happened to me once. The small T-slot that the flag stops right in, I had to bend one of those back because it tapped the wall. If you're gonna be moving these things around, make sure that you use the protective caps and the carrying strap that come with it. The third thing that I don't like about the trimming attachments is where the attachment knob is, I guess. The knob that you use to tighten the trimming attachments to the Kapex, it's underneath the aluminum on the underside of the trimming attachments. This is not a problem if you have a narrow table that the Kapex sits on, or you have the Festool UG stand where that attachment knob is easily accessible. However, if you're using the saw and the extensions or the trimming attachments on the same plane, like a huge miter saw station, you only have maybe 3 or 4 inches for your hand to go underneath to attach it or tighten it or to calibrate it. It is kind of a pain. If there was a way for them to have that attachment knob to be at 90 degrees from what it is now, then this really wouldn't be a problem for me. Again, however, it is an easy fix if I use a more narrow work surface for the saw. That way that knob can be easily reached or easily adjusted if I needed it to do it. Fourth thing that I don't like about the trimming attachments is although they do work with my MFT3 and my CMS in my MFT Conturo table, you can tell that it wasn't exactly meant for it, because the mounting plate that's on the underside of the trimming attachment and the screw that tightens it, it's almost, you're almost unable to attach it to that V-groove in the MFT3 table. And it's totally possible, however, again, you have to slide that mounting bracket so far forward and you're just barely gripping on that V-groove slot that's on the MFT3 table. And so again, 100% works, it 100% attaches. Once you get it attached, it's rock solid, attached to the table. However, it is kind of finicky to get it there, and it's not always, it's not as easy as it should be. And the only thing that we need to change is that adjustment knob just needs to be a little bit longer. And I think that it would make it so much easier to attach it to an MFT3. Now, if you're going to install these, if you're going to purchase them and install them on your Kapex and it's not going to go anywhere else, then this is really not going to be a problem for you. Or if you have the UG stand, again, it's not going to be a problem for you. However, if you are looking to use it how I use it, where it's on multiple tables, it is kind of a headache, but it's so small that, again, the benefits outweigh the negatives. And probably the last thing that I don't like about the trimming attachments is that you do have to calibrate them. This is kind of a good and a bad thing. Okay, so I just wanted to point out that calibration doesn't have to happen a whole lot. And in the 2 to 3 months that I've owned the trimming attachments, I've only had to calibrate them one time. So I don't want it to make it seem like you have to calibrate these things all the time, because you don't. Now, if you bump these around a lot and you're not careful with how you set them down or how you carry them or how you put them inside of a vehicle, I would imagine that the calibration does get bumped out of adjustment. I know that there are a few people that received their Kapex trimming attachments and they were out of calibration from the shipping process. So it is possible. Again, don't want it to make it seem like this is something you have to do all the time, because at least in my case, I don't. I've only done it one time. So back to the video. If it was all one solid piece and, you know, it could attach to the Kapex without having to worry about if it's coming out of calibration, I kind of appreciate that it can be calibrated. However, having your trimming attachments out of calibration in the middle of a project, especially if you don't realize it, that's such a headache, because again, you've already made your cross cuts on certain pieces and then you find out that it's out of calibration. So it's an easy fix to just, after I move them around or after you reinstall them, just to do a quick calibration. And if you have a piece of scrap that is cut to a certain length, you can always use that as your calibration stick, if you want to call it that, your calibration piece, just to make sure that the saw is in calibration. Anytime you move your saw, you take this calibration stick with you. I've heard other people that have ordered the aluminum rulers that like Woodpecker uses, and they just keep that with the saw because it's at a known distance or known length, and they just use that as their calibration stick, if you want to call it that. That pretty much covers it. And as I said in the very beginning of the video, all of these drawbacks that I found about the trimming attachments, they really pale in comparison to the benefits that come with it. So again, if you have not seen the 5 reasons why I love the trimming attachments, again, I'll put it up again here. Make sure you go watch that video. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a like. If you have some other reasons why you don't like the trimming attachments, make sure you let other people know in the comments about it below. If you disagree with anything that I've said, let me hear about it. I'd love to have a conversation with you. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.